Concrete Plant Park on the Bronx River officially opened in the fall of 2009.
3, 2, 1.
A decade earlier, community activists who envisioned the potential in a waterfront wasteland organized and partnered with the city to transform the industrial site into an urban park.
This is a day of celebration, not just about a park, right? Because that's a wonderful thing, but it's also a celebration of a community.
It used to look like there was a whole bunch of garbage in the river and over there, and some people helped join to clean it, and now it looks pretty and there's flowers and the river looks clean.
This park was abandoned. It wasn't a park, it was an old concrete plant. There were squatters living here, dogs, there were 10,000 tires, there were lots of old dangerous facilities, and had pretty much sort of been left to decay.
Now what it is it's a beautiful park, but it is also a real reflection of the community effort that went into really reclaiming this land as a park.
We were successful in getting it transferred to the Parks Department, but it didn't look any different just because it was transferred to the Parks Department. So we spent the next 10 years really fighting to make sure that this would become a park, that the vision that you see here, from down to the tables, to the reading circles, were visions that the community had.
We saw a vision that this place could be a park, that community folks needed access to the river. And then we began to bring the politicians in, we began to hold some press conferences, media events, call a lot of attention to this site. And here we are today, celebrating this great victory.
That is the beauty of community-based activism, saying, you know what, we live here, we want this space back, we want a place for our kids and our families to enjoy, and we deserve that too.
Community saved it and then started putting on festivals here, running boating programs from here, doing water quality testing from here, doing educational programs here.
We're going to have a group that's actually going to be taking water out of the river, and they're going to see how clear the water is, and we're going to talk about what that means, okay? So let's have that group that's in the back there.
When I first got here, I was shocked because there used to be a lot of garbage here, and now it looks beautiful.
People are coming from the neighborhoods around here, partly for the fishing, partly for the serenity, partly for the skateboarding. And then we're going to see a lot of bicyclists coming through here. This park actually opens up a good corridor for walkers and bicyclists that just did not exist before.
The Bronx River is the only freshwater river in the city of New York. We've been working over the years to clean up the river, to try to improve the areas adjacent to it and reclaim properties like this, which were an old industrial site.
We now have salt marsh thriving, and so that has brought back a lot of wildlife that can really thrive in the river here.
As you look around, you'll see some of the silos and towers that were used to create concrete.
When everybody was thinking how they wanted to design this park, that was, you can imagine, a big topic of conversation. Are we going to keep those silos or not? And it turned out that whether you were talking to the kids who helped to get the cars out of the river, or the community advocates who led the fight for saving it, or the designers of the park, or the park administrators, everybody really agreed, let's save some of those buildings so we remind ourselves of what was once here, and also because they're fun. They look neat.
I think this site proves that when community is involved and invested and they work really hard, that they can get the things that they want in their community. I think this is a perfect example.
What this proves is that people in communities have the inherent vision for what works best for their communities, and that nothing beats public-private partnerships when it comes to reinforcing those aspirations and dreams of the actual community residents.
I am Alexi Torres Fleming, and the Concrete Plant Park is my park.
Check out the Bronx River Alliance's website for more information about parks all along the river.